What's up, guys? So originally I was gonna make this video probably this weekend, but there's been a little bit of a update to the situation. So basically the whole topic for today is gonna be moving on. And in this situation I'm gonna be talking about moving on more from like a romantic perspective, but I mean it can also be applied to, you know, like moving on from like a job or just something in your past in general. But so basically, I know you guys watched my first video. It talks about the one girl, Note Girl. So let me just summarize it quickly again. She had a boyfriend. They were going through something. She went on a break with them when she met me. And then the reason behind her name being Note Girl is because like they're like ding dong, like her and her friends were ding dong ditching me and my roommate with like notes with like dad jokes on it. So we had that. And then things go on, things are going well for like 2 weeks, and then eventually she gets back with him. So like basically that's like the super summarized version. But and the thing is that it's always been hard for me to move on because I mean I feel like that you could say that for literally anyone, but especially for me, I don't know. I don't really know exactly what it is because some people that I know they can move on like pretty easily. I'm not saying like super easily, but like they're able to get over it pretty fast compared to what I am because like I had the other situation with like the party girl I talked about in my overthinking video. Um like I barely even like had any like sort of connection with her and I was still like I was still really upset over it. It took me a really long time to like actually move on, which was kind of surprising to be honest because like now looking back on it, I don't know why it took me so long, but I guess back then it kind of makes sense because you know it was like kind of like my first time like actually really talking to a girl in general. But yeah, let's just continue on with the whole no girl situation. How long did I make this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the wrong spot. So basically, and also I'm guessing as you guys can tell, the whole thing I'm gonna be doing this video is just building this house. I don't know why I built it there to be honest. So I'll do some whatever you call it, terraforming or whatever it's called, so I can actually have a flat surface to build it on. But yeah, basically, um, it sucks with moving on because moving on in general is just a really hard thing to do because even if it doesn't last too long, it doesn't mean it's not gonna be. Wait, is that a mine shaft? That is a mine shaft. This high up. This high up? Dude, this is like the most like cooked mine shaft. Bro, what? This is actually like the most cooked mineshaft generation of all time. Well, I guess we changed our goal for today. I'm actually gonna be exploring this mineshaft, see if there's anything good. But yeah, basically, the thing with moving on is that it's always gonna be hard, even if it doesn't last that long. Like me and No Girl, we were probably only talking for like 2 weeks, but it was such like a stark contrast from the first one that I talked to at the beginning in my freshman year of college because that girl, the one that I met at the party, like was like pretty avoidant and also just I don't think like ever actually like really cared for me. So I didn't really but still that one took me a long time to move on from, but like it was just really crazy because like I think maybe once me and the party girl over like 3 months of like talking in parentheses, I'm not saying that like as in actually talking because like I said, I don't think she really actually liked me. But the thing with Note Girl is that we probably hung out like within like the first day outside of like class, because I had two classes with the party girl. I think we probably hung out within the first day or two, probably more outside of classes than I did over 3 months with the party girl. So it was already kind of like it was already kind of like a really crazy difference to me because I just wasn't really used to it. I wasn't used to actually having a girl that seemed to actually be interested in me. Because like I've said before, over like my first 18 years of my life, I didn't really do it. I didn't really talk to any girls or even really talk to anyone outside of my friend group in high school. The only time I ever really, I mean, obviously I'd still talk to like girls like either in my like group or whatever. Like I would never actually like pursue anyone because I was just too scared to do that. And even when they were in my group, I'd still just like not be able to talk to them because I was just way too nervous. But basically, um, yeah. So it was just a really like weird. It was a really crazy situation because I was just blown away that like for people that haven't experienced it, especially like the first time you realize like a girl actually likes you back, it's kind of like it's like an emotional high. Like it just feels really weird compared to like obviously it feels amazing, but it just feels really weird compared to like how I was feeling with the other girl because with the other girl I was just always I was like always stressed out. Like I didn't know like what was going on. Like she would leave me undelivered for hours. She would not respond to me, and like she would like be like kind of dry and stuff like that. Like that one was just not that was just not the method. But I stuck with it for a long time because it was like the first time I really ever got like attention from a girl. So I didn't really know how to deal with it that well. But we go back to the main topic of like moving on. Um, so basically, let me do this real quick. We need one more. We make a shovel, and also I guess we'll make a sword. So yeah, after that ended, I didn't really know what to think because moving on is just like every single time you think you're gonna be able to move on, every single time you think is okay, you see one thing that reminds you of them, or like in my case like I see her almost every day still, like every single time you see that person, it's just gonna like all the memories just flood back. All the times you guys are just chilling together one on one, laughing, cuddling, making stupid inside jokes, just like not being able to, not be able to stop like smiling and stuff like that when you guys are just like looking at each other. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's just every single time you see like something that reminds you of them, or you see that person straight up, like all those memories come flooding back, and it's kind of just really hard to actually move on from it. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks because you never want to be in that situation. You never want to be in that mindset of like being like sad and being down because you can't move on. Like you never want to be in like a sad mindset. I mean, maybe some people do because they're just like they want like the attention. But I'm saying like people that actually want to like people that are actually just sad and they don't want to be that way, which is like 90% of like 99% of people. So like that's what's so annoying with it is because you don't want to be in that, but you literally like, can't get out of that headspace. It's really hard to get out of that headspace. And over the past like half a year, because this happened back in September, um, I honestly consider myself to be pretty moved on from the whole situation with Note Girl because, you know, it's been a while and I knew nothing would probably really happen because her whole situation with her boyfriend, like even like over those half a year, like she was always since I was friends with her roommate and her friends because they're dating my roommate and my other friend. So like obviously I'm friends with them, and like I would constantly be hearing about like this is also another thing because every single time I'd see like the friends, every single time I'd see like anyone, or like maybe like me, my roommate, my friend, and like their two girlfriends are all hanging out. It's kind of like damn, like I remember when it was all six of us, and like I had someone. So like it's always that's why group relationships almost never work because once one goes bad, it kind of affects the rest. Luckily, it didn't affect it too much with mine. At least that I know of. I mean, my friends probably would tell me if something was going bad, but um, yeah. I mean, I always consider myself to be pretty moved on. The thing that's really annoying about this is that they kind of have like a toxic relationship, Note Girl and like her current boyfriend, like the one that she originally like broke up with to get with me, then obviously got back with him. Like my one roommate like he has his girlfriend since she's like friends with him. My girlfriend since wait, what am I saying? His girlfriend since I'm friends with her and my roommate. She would like constantly be telling my roommate, which would like tell me as well. And, like sometimes she'd even just say it, like, cause like I'd still hang out with, uh, like my roommate and like my friend's girlfriend and my roommate's girlfriend because we obviously were still all friends. And they would be saying like, yeah, like Note Girl is all like I always hear her and her boyfriend like arguing over air like over the AirPods. Like you could literally hear him like screaming at her and stuff like that. And it's just like it always like occurred to me like why would you even want to stay in a relationship like that? I just don't get it. Like I don't understand why you'd want to be in a situation like that. It also kind of shows some sort of emotional immaturity, and it's kind of just like I don't get why you want to stay in a relationship like that. And I offered her, you know, something that wasn't that. Like obviously I'm not perfect, but I'm not gonna be like screaming at someone. I'm not that kind of person to do stuff like that. And it's just yeah. I mean, and then sometimes I get like the occasional thing being like okay they might like break up or whatever, and like my heart would always like skip a beat during that time. Like even like months later, like even when I thought that I was fully moved on, I was like, oh, maybe I'm actually not. And that kind of like put me into another not what's the word I'm trying to look for here? I really can't think of it. But like yeah, also just to give like a little bit more background, like me and No Girl have like literally like when we first met, I remember when my one friend first came up, this was before he's dating his girlfriend. Cause it was me, it was all six of us like it was before. And I remember we were in like the study room and stuff like that. And then me and then my friend, like as we were just like messing around and stuff like that. I remember my one friend, actually both of my friends literally texted me, and they literally said, "Bro, if you don't try to like at least like, if you don't at least try to date her, bro, like it's like." He's like, bro, I'm gonna do something like crazy, bro. Like, I'm gonna be like so upset, bro. You don't at least try to date her. Obviously, I was thinking about it at that point, like, cause like we were literally like almost like we had so many similar interests. We had a similar sense of humor. Obviously, I found her pretty. It was, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like it was an awesome experience. Obviously, I wish it actually lasted, but you know, I just remember how like happy I was during that time. Like I remember we had like a little game that we were doing where we would like we had like a point system to it, and we do like different competitions and like literally anything in life. Cause the whole thing was literally over who would get dry bones in Mario Kart. 'Cause it was both our favorite character. Cause I remember like one of the first times all of us hung out. This is before my one friend came up. Is like when this is probably the next day. Yeah, this is the second day we all met. Like we were all talking about like similar interests and stuff, and then eventually we got to like video games. And obviously most people played Mario Kart Wii. Like I don't know who hasn't played Mario Kart Wii. I remember we both said like our favorite character was Dry Bones. Then we were always arguing about who would get it. Like we literally had a whole thing where Like she even nicknamed me like she literally nicknamed me like Dry Bones Hater on the fucking sorry, I didn't mean to say that. On the was it Snapchat? Yeah, because I think I remember Anna's Snap. I think it was Snapchat that she had me nicknamed that. I think I was literally just my name on what's it called? Do I have not anymore cobblestone. I think it was just my name on messages. But yeah, like I remember we like constantly we like constantly like playfully argue about it. We'd constantly we'd do like different competitions. Like one of them was like a race. The other one was like betting on certain things, and if it happened, we get a point, and then like first to 5 points or whatever, we get to whenever we play Mario Kart, all six of us, we get to play Dry Bones. So it was like stupid stuff like that, but like that's the stuff that like really sticks with you after something like this ends, because it's kind of like it's just like the small things that you remember and the small things that you and like the times that you wish you could get back. And I don't know. I mean, so like as I was saying, I really thought I was over this. It's been like 6 months now. I thought like yeah, I'm definitely in a better headspace now. I don't think I really care anymore. Well, a couple days ago, my one friend comes up to visit his girlfriend, right? And obviously his girlfriend is friends with no girl. And so I didn't get to see him because he was hanging out with his girlfriend the entire time, but then he calls me after what's it called? After he leaves, right? And we were talking for a bit, and then he like asked me, he's like, are your socials like private?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why?" And he came with like some excuse, but then like 5 minutes later, he's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna tell you." He's like, "So Note Girl has been like obsessing over you recently, and she's like been stalking your socials, and like I just wanted to make sure you like knew so you didn't have like anything happen." And right when I heard that, I was like, it was kind of like an emotional like whiplash. Like I was like, whoa! Like I was like teleported. I was like teleported right back to my like September self, like when I was like not over it. And like I really wanted to have her back, and it was just a really, it was a really crazy feeling because I was like, am I like really over and stuff like that? And like obviously my mind started racing. I started thinking like, wait, what if I could actually get her back? Like this could be awesome. And then the other part of me was like, no, like it should have worked the first time. If it worked the first time, then obviously you guys then that's like what it's meant to be. It's not supposed to work another time. So then that was happening. And then literally today I literally just figured out just one of their other like weekly arguments they have. So then they're fine now and she's not doing it anymore. So I basically just had that whole emotional whiplash. Like I remember going on a couple late night walks the last couple of nights. Like I remember really thinking about it. I still have the one video of me like all six of us in like in my dorm, like later at night during September. Like there's like a video of all of us, and then like it was a video of my one friend playing Fortnite, and then I like put the camera over to like my roommate and the girl that he was talking to, obviously his girlfriend now, and then eventually I put the my camera onto. But why am I getting cave noise outside of the cave? And I put the camera on to Note Girl, and then like then she waved and like smiled and did like the wave thing, like the cute thing that they see like girls do like when they like you, or they like whenever you take like a video of them, they do like that wave thing. I think you probably know what I'm talking about. Um, so yeah, I remember listening to songs that I was listening to back when I was originally getting over it, and it was kind of like I was back in that feeling. I was like, maybe this is gonna work again, man. Maybe I'm actually gonna be able to talk to the one girl that I feel like I actually like truly liked. You know what I'm saying? And wait, what in the world? Bro, what happened to this? This is not. Bro, are you serious? I'm gonna have to. I don't feel like doing all that right now. We're just gonna go exploring more because I don't feel like I'll build that house next video. I'm not gonna do a whole layout. But yeah, I mean, I really was like all those feelings came back and I felt like I was kind of like mentally reset on moving on and honestly still feel that way. I also literally saw her today, like literally probably like an hour before I made this video. And is that a baby squid? Yo, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah. I mean, I just remember all the jokes we were making, how fun it was to be around each other. Like it and like it actually like first of all like I'm like into Pokemon cards a lot. Like I always collected as a kid, but like obviously I started collecting again like a couple years ago. And even even she had some Pokemon cards and like I'm obviously really into video games. Even she was into video games. We both had a similar sense of humor. I mean like it was like I'm not gonna say meant to be because nothing really ever happened. And I don't think I can really say that unless something actually works out. But I mean, it did really feel like it was. It was like I don't know. It's kind of just it's just it's unfortunate. I mean, it really is just really unfortunate, and it's annoying that it happened. But there's not too much you can do about it. But like yeah, as I was saying, all those feelings came back. All the feelings of like I like I want her back. And like I kind of realized it was like right when this happened, I realized I was like, yeah, I'm not over this girl as I thought I was. I'm not over her at all. Not at all, but like I'm definitely not like fully over her like I thought I was. Cause like I was like pretty content with where I was at. But then right when this happened, like I remember I literally started like asking questions to my one friend that told me about that. I started like really trying to get to the bottom of it, seeing if it could work. So like I could realize that I realized like subconsciously I was doing all this stuff, but then like consciously like I kind of realized like okay, well clearly you still care about her. You're doing all this stuff. So yeah, I mean I don't really know how exactly to fully move on. I don't know if I ever really will. I think that's like partially fine because I feel like there's a lot of things where people like don't fully move on from it, but they still. Okay, never mind. I changed my mind. We're actually gonna fix this because it's actually making me mad. Wait, should I make this one longer? Or should I cut this one down by one? I'll cut this one down by one. So yeah, I mean, I just hated to admit to myself that I still wasn't fully over it because I always wanted to think that I was over it because no one wants to be stuck in a situation where they still can't move on from someone that they're not even talking to anymore. And like I still have some of the texts because I remember I'd keep them so I could like explain the situation better like whenever I'd tell it to like my friends. But like obviously that did not help me too much either. Like we literally had like a whole thing where she was saying, oh, I need to make a new. Where's my crafting table? Yeah, so basically, she did the thing that I feel like a lot of guys have dealt with when they've been in a kind of similar situation where they're like, no, you're an amazing person, you really helped me through this time and stuff like that. Like, no one really wants to hear that. Let's be honest here. Like, it's not a fun feeling because you literally just like, especially for me, like I was literally like texting her trying to convince her like this was like literally like my last chance to see if maybe I could get her to change her mind about going back to her ex. Then also before this, I was in her dorm, like talking to her in person before this happened, and it's never a fun. Like no one wants to hear that of like you're an absolutely amazing person and stuff like that. Like it's like kind of just like it's kind of like pitiful at a point. Like it's kind of like why are we even saying that? Like it doesn't help me at all. Like it literally just makes me feel worse because if I was such an amazing person, then why did you decide to get back with your ex that like verbally abuses you and stuff like that? Like why would you decide to do that if I was such this amazing person? And I mean I feel like the big thing is because she's just codependent towards him because he had helped her a lot with like her previous like on and off like 3 year relationship, and he was like there for a lot during that. But like I remember literally thinking I was like I could have literally just been the exact same person, but for the relationship she's in right now, or I could have helped her move on from that. I remember she was also saying like it was so fun, and I'll forever appreciate it. Like I don't want to hear that. Like you're literally just making it feel you're just making it worse as you keep talking. You know what I'm saying? And like obviously she was always she was asking me like we could still be just friends just for like the group dynamic, and for me I don't really want to be friends with people I had romantic feelings for, especially if they're they actually reciprocated those feelings, because like then it kind of like makes me it kind of like puts you in like a really awkward situation because you can never like fully like that's why I'm a big believer in if it doesn't work out the first time it's not going to work out, because I do have coal. I have 2 coal. Okay. Yeah, that's why I think like I'm a big believer in that, because even if you guys do, even if you do talk again, even if you do get back together, like it's probably not going to be the same as it was the first time, because the first time was like first time you guys are meeting each other, everything's going well. Wait, what? Oh yeah, sand. And yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunate. Like, there's a part of me that wishes my friend did not tell me about that. Didn't tell me that she was like stalking my socials and like maybe trying to reach out to me again. But like obviously like I'm happy that my friend's like still keeping me in the loop, so like I didn't get like a random ad like on a random day and like start freaking out. But like there definitely is a part of me, since obviously since nothing came about it, like it kind of just reset my feelings of moving on. And now I'm kind of stuck back in. It's not as bad as like it was when it first happened. But, like I'm still like got reset a pretty far way back because I just was like it really just reminded me of all like the stuff that happened and how much fun like I used to have hanging out with her. And the really annoying thing about it is that like you're never gonna have those you're never gonna have those experiences with that exact same person ever again. That's what I think what makes moving on so hard, is that it's like actually gone. Like it's not gonna happen again. Like you might see those people again. You might talk to them again occasionally. Like I probably talked to like a few times ever since like we stopped initially talking in September. Like it's never gonna feel the same. It's always gonna feel like a little awkward. Like those moments like that you actually had like where you guys were like together laughing, looking into each other's eyes, you like can't stop like smiling and laughing, stuff like that, making stupid inside jokes, you know, cuddling, like just talking about life, talking about what each other are interested in, stuff like that, just having new life experience with each other. You're never gonna make any new experiences. You're never gonna crack another inside joke with them. You're never gonna just like wonder why you keep laughing when you're looking into like their eyes. Like you're never gonna like cuddle with them again. You're never gonna really talk to them again the same way you used to. Like none of that's gonna happen. That's like the main thing that like always really got me upset, because I was like I'm never gonna be able to like actually like talk to her in the same way again. Like maybe like she does end up breaking up with him and like we try to get together again, but I just feel like it's not gonna be the same, because I'm sorry I keep pausing, it's just a really hard subject for me to talk about especially since it like was so recent now with the whole situation I was like just in. I'm still trying to improve on this whole what's it called? Like this whole like talking thing like over a video. Like I actually like on this account I used to make videos like back in the day, but I took them all down because I remember I was getting bullied for them, like in like middle school. And I didn't know how to I didn't know how to unlist videos. I only knew how to delete them, so I just permanently deleted all of them. I wish I still had those videos, but I don't, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, I just, dude, I really hate to admit it, bro, but like, I miss her, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I miss our stupid competition with like the dry bones thing. I miss like talking to her. I miss like waking up to the good morning, like the good morning text. Like I miss all that, and it was only 2 weeks, which is why it's like so crazy that I like miss it so much. I kind of remember it like so fondly. But it doesn't really matter how long it is because you can still have so much experience and you can still grow close to a person in a short amount of time. So the big thing also, like whenever you're like trying to move on from something, never try to compare your situation to another person's situation because everyone deals with things differently and everyone has a different situation. So if you're just going around trying to compare them, it's like not that doesn't help you in any way because first of all, that just means that means you're trying to like see if your situation is like worse or better than the other person, and also it makes it seem like like what if their situation's worse? And you're like, okay, like not worse, like actually, like objectively worse. Then you're like, okay, why am I so bummed out about this? Or like, if your situation is worse than theirs, then you're kind of like, why is this? Then like maybe you might start thinking like, why is this person like feeling this way so much? Like, why is he? Like, why can't you just move on easier? Like, my situation is so much worse. Like, comparing is not helping you anyway at all. But yeah, I mean, I definitely do miss it. I'm hoping I can actually like fully move on again because I don't want to feel this way. And you know, I'm really happy for you guys for you know giving me the support that I had on the last couple of videos. Obviously, it's like my first try, like trying out this stuff. So I really appreciate that you guys are sticking with me through it. And if anything, if you guys have any suggestions for more videos or like more topics, let me know. I just misplaced that glass pane. But yeah, I think that's probably the rest. If I have more feelings about this or I want to like explain stuff a bit more, then I'll probably, make another video or something. But yeah, just let me know how you guys feel about um my videos in general. I'm just trying to improve every video, trying to make every video maybe a bit better. So yeah. Alright guys, that's probably it for this video. If you guys have any thoughts about this or you want to talk, you can put it in the comments. But yeah, for now, peace.